Hi, if you still think that red meat is bad for your health, this video is for you. You've probably seen the headlines claiming red meat causes cancer, heart disease and diabetes. But what do studies really say? Most of these claims come from observational studies. These studies often rely on participants recalling their dietary habits, which can be inaccurate due to memory or personal bias. Plus, the studies usually don't account for other lifestyle factors like smoking, drinking or exercise, all of which can definitely affect health. A big flaw in these studies is that they lump processed and unprocessed red meat together. Processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, dairy meats contain additives, preservatives, and are often cooked at high temperatures, which creates harmful compounds. These meats are linked to higher health risks. But unprocessed red meat, especially if it's grass-fed and organic, it's a different story. Studies that focus on unprocessed red meat don't show the same negative health outcomes. For example, a review in Critical Reviews in Food Science and Nutrition found no significant link between unprocessed red meat and heart disease, diabetes or cancer.
Okay, but doesn't red meat still cause cancer?
Not really. The link between red meat and cancer, especially colorectal cancer, often comes from studies that group all meats together. The World Health Organization classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen, known to cause cancer, and red meat as a Group 2A carcinogen, probably causes cancer. But this mainly refers to processed meats. Overcooking red meat at high temperatures can produce carcinogenic compounds. However, you can reduce this risk by cooking meat at lower temperatures, using methods like baking or steaming, and adding herbs and spices like rosemary, garlic or turmeric, which help cut down on these harmful compounds.
Okay, but what about heart disease and diabetes?
Similar misconceptions exist about red meats linked to heart disease and diabetes. Observational studies often show an increased risk, but they do not differentiate between processed and unprocessed red meats and ignore other dietary factors. For instance, someone eating a lot of red meat might also eat more refined carbs, sugars and unhealthy fats, which are significant risk factors for these diseases. In contrast, studies on unprocessed grass-fed red meat show it has a different impact. Grass-fed beef has a high level of omega-3 fatty acids and CLA, both of which reduce inflammation and improve heart health.
Alright, but what about cholesterol? Doesn't red meat raise it?
Not really. While saturated fats in red meat can raise cholesterol short-term, recent studies show that no long-term increase from consuming high-quality red meat. Our bodies need cholesterol for hormone production and cell membrane integrity. Reputable studies have shown that dietary cholesterol doesn't increase blood cholesterol levels or the risk of heart disease in healthy individuals. Instead, it helps maintain HDL levels, which protect against heart disease. To lower cholesterol, you should avoid large amounts of carbs, especially those with high sugar content. The average person consumes a huge amount of added sugars daily, which was considered unnatural a few decades ago. Just check the food you eat every day, and you will be shocked at how much hidden sugar there is. Also, consider the number of ingredients in your food. For example, cereal has a ton of chemical elements you might not even recognize. Natural food shouldn't have a bunch of different ingredients. Natural or whole foods typically contain only the food itself, without added ingredients or processing. For example, an apple or a piece of chicken or a carrot doesn't have a list of ingredients because it is a single whole food. Red meat, for example, is also a single ingredient food. This simplicity makes it a healthier option compared to heavily processed foods, filled with additives and preservatives. Another benefit of red meat is the fat it contains. Beef or lamb fat is one of the best fats you can consume, especially compared to popular seed oils that contain carcinogens that make you sick. Unlike seed oils, beef fat, also known as tallow, is rich in vitamins and nutrients. It contains fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E and K, which are crucial for vision, immune function, bone health and blood clotting. Tallow also has a CLA, which has anti-carcinogen and anti-inflammatory properties. It's better to use tallow for frying, because it's more stable at high temperatures, less processed and contains beneficial nutrients compared to seed oils.
But after eating red meat I feel bloated. It's tough to digest.
Look, feeling bloated or having trouble digesting red meat might be due to low stomach acid, which is necessary for breaking down proteins. A high-carb or high-sugar diet can lower stomach acid, making it harder to digest. To improve digestion, try taking apple cider vinegar before meals to boost stomach acid levels. Reducing carbohydrate and sugar intake can also help maintain a healthier digestive environment. Many people have seen significant health improvements by adopting a carnivore diet, which primarily consists of red meat. For example, Jordan Peterson and his daughter both switched to a carnivore diet and reported remarkable recoveries from autoimmune conditions and other chronic health issues. Similarly, Joe Rogan, a well-known podcaster, has shared his positive experiences with the carnivore diet, citing improvements in his energy levels and overall health. Shawn Baker, a well-known orthopedic surgeon, he was suffering from various health issues. He decided to experiment with meat-only diet and experienced dramatic improvements in his health, including increased muscle mass, better athletic performance, and enhanced mental clarity. I'm not pushing you to try the carnivore diet, but just highlighting the benefits of red meat using the example of well-known people. But we will definitely talk about the carnivore diet in more detail in future videos. Does eating red meat cause cancer? The misconception that red meat causes cancer mainly stems from studies that do not differentiate between processed and unprocessed meat. High-quality grass-fed red meat doesn't show the same cancer risk as processed meats, which contain additives and preservatives that can be harmful. Is red meat actually bad for heart health? Unprocessed, grass-fed red meat contains healthy fats like omega-3s and CLA, which supports heart health. The real risk comes from processed meats and overall unhealthy dietary patterns, rather than from high-quality red meat. Does red meat cause diabetes? The idea that red meat causes diabetes is based on observational studies that often do not account for other dietary factors. High-quality red meat doesn't increase diabetes risk. Instead, it can help regulate blood sugar levels due to its high protein content. If you want to be healthy and look good, you have to educate yourself on what to eat and what to avoid. It's not just about following trends or listening to what others say. You need to know the nutritional value of different foods, understanding how they affect your body, and make informed decisions. If you want to optimize your diet, check out the free guide in the description. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of